When your brain interprets something as funny, your immediate instinct to laugh actually does something surprising. And you probably don't realize all the ways your body is responding to that laughter, like reducing stress, improving blood flow, pumping out feel-good endorphins throughout your body to temporarily remove pain, and even enhancing antibody production for a stronger immune system, which are just a handful of the surprising benefits we get from laughing. When your muscles cramp, they might seem to have a mind of their own, but in reality, your brain is actually partly responsible too, because pain signals from the brain let us know our muscles are contracting involuntarily, resulting from either an electrolyte imbalance, dehydration, or overuse, causing electrical activity that fires our muscles, which you can stop by stretching and massaging the muscles, then applying ice to the area afterward. In the 1930s, the largest caliber artillery rifle ever used in war was fired. It was called the Schwerer Gustav, which was 32 meters in length or 100 feet. This massive gun could fire shells that weighed up to 7 tons, or the equivalent of 4 to 5 modern pickup trucks. And it could launch these shells nearly 50 kilometers, or just about 30 miles away. But because of the large range, it was also extremely inaccurate. There's something you probably eat every day that only makes you want more, which is sugar. But the reason why it does this is because of its effect on the brain that's similar to more dubious substances. Because sugar stimulates dopamine production, triggering our brain's reward system, which makes our brains crave more, and explains why many people can eat an entire bag of candy or sweets without feeling satisfied. If a zombie apocalypse broke out, but you had nothing except for the utensils in your kitchen, could you survive? The problem is that a zombie apocalypse would likely be caused by a disease that spreads, meaning you'd need something with a long range to keep the zombies away. Unfortunately, most kitchen utensils are too short for this. But even though it's unlikely you'd survive, your best bet would be using a long rolling pin or a heavy cast iron pan. If you were a pirate and you spent months out at sea, you might think storms and enemy ships would be your biggest fear. But for many pirates, the real biggest fear was spoiled fruit. Because without fruit, pirates would get sick due to a lack of vitamin C. This is called scurvy, a disease that would soften their organs, make it so wounds couldn't heal, and even cause death from bleeding, which is why so many pirates feared scurvy over anything else. Can you train a bird to deliver a letter? Most people would say no, but the truth is that bird brains are smarter than you might think. In fact, armies in France, Britain, and the United States used to train pigeons to deliver messages. First, they were raised and fed at a home base, then they would travel in cages to the front lines. That way, troops could attach a letter to the pigeons and release them. From there, the pigeons would fly straight home.